विहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन यमुनतीरावनचारी यमुनतीरावनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. जय राधा श्याम सुंदर राधा श्याम सुंदर राधे। जय कृष्ण बलराम कृष्ण बलराम कृष्ण बलराम, जय वृंदावन धाम। निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल, निताय गौर हरि बोल। जय जय प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद, जय जय प्रभुपाद। जय नित्य लीला प्रविष्ट अभय चरणारविंद शुल भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी प्रभुपाद की। नित्य लीला प्रविष्ट परमहंस परिव्राजक आचार्य श्री शिल भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर की। नित्य लीला प्रविष्ट श्री गौर किशोरदास बाबा जी महाराज की। नित्य लीला प्रविष्ट शिल भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर की। समागत वैष्णव मंडली की। हरिनाम संकीर्तन की। श्रीमद् भागवत महापुराण की। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे। All glories, all glories, all glories. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam namaskrityam naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayamudirayet. Nashtaprayeshu bhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya भगवतीरुत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी। पादौ यदीयौ प्रथमो द्वितीयौ तृतीयतुर्यौ कथितौ यदूरु नाभिस्तथा पंचम एव षष्ठो भुजान्तरं दौर्युगलं तथान्यौ कंठस्तु राजन्नवमो यदीयौ मुखारविन्दं दशमः प्रफुल्लम् एकादशो यस्य ललाटपट्टं शिरोऽपि तु द्वादश एव भाति तमादिदेवं करुणानिधानं तमालवर्णं सुहितावतारम् अपार संसार समुद्र सेतुं भजामहे भागवतः स्वरूपम्। 10th canto, chapter 80, shloka number 30 to 33. kecit kurvanti karmāṇi kāmair ahata-cetasaḥ tyajantaḥ prakṛtīr daivīr yathāhaṁ loka-saṅgraham. kecit kurvanti karmāṇi kāmair ahata-cetasaḥ tyajantaḥ prakṛtīr daivīr यथाहं लोक-saṅgraham kecit kurvanti karmāṇi kāmair ahata-cetasaḥ tyajantaḥ prakṛtīr daivīr yathāhaṁ loka-saṅgraham
kecit kurvanti karmāṇi
Mataji. Kecit, some people. Kurvanti, execute. Karmāṇi, worldly duties. Kāmair, the desires. Ahata, undisturbed. Cetasaḥ, whose minds. Tyajantaḥ, giving up. Prakṛtīr, propensities. Daivīr, created by the Supreme Lord's material energy. Yathāhaṁ, as aham, I, loka-saṅgraham, to instruct the people in general. Nitya Lila Prishta Srila Avacharana Vinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. Having renounced all material propensities which spring from the Lord's illusory energy, some people execute worldly duties with their minds undisturbed by mundane desires. They act as I do to instruct the general populace. Sloka number 31. Kaccid gurukule vāsaṁ brahman smarasi no yataḥ dvijo vijñāya vijñeyaṁ tamasah paramashnute. Translation by His Divine Grace Srila Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada. My dear Brahmana, do you remember how we lived together in our spiritual master school when a twice-born student has learned from his guru all that is to be learned? He can enjoy spiritual life which lies beyond all ignorance. Sloka number 32. Savai sat-karmaṇāṁ sākṣāt dvijāteriha sambhavah adyonga yatrāśraminām yathāhaṁ jñāna-do guruhu. Translation. My dear friend, he who gives a person his physical birth in his is his first spiritual master, and he who initiates him as a twice-born Brahmana and engages him in religious duties is indeed more directly his spiritual master. But the person who bestows transcendental knowledge upon the members of all the spiritual orders of society is one's ultimate spiritual master. Indeed, he is as good as my own self. 33. Nanvarthako vida brahman varnashramavatāmiha ye maya guruna vacha tarantyanjo bhavarnavam. Translation. Certainly, O Brahmana, of all the followers of the varnashrama system, those who take advantage of the words I speak in my form as the spiritual master and thus easily cross over the ocean of material existence, best understand their own true welfare. ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। वंशाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी निति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे। So the story starts here. Sudama goes to meet with Krishna. At the beginning of this chapter and of this conversation, Vyasadeva describes the quality of Sudama Vipra. Krishna Shyasit Sakha Kaccid. There was a friend of Lord Krishna. Brahmano Brahmavittamaha. Was Brahmana, best amongst the Brahmanas. Virakta Indriyartheshu, was totally renounced from all material desires. Prashantatma Jitendriya. This is the designation of Sudama Vipra. Prashantatma Jitendriya, who has conquered all his senses. That is the actual state of Sudama Vipra. So if someone thinks that Sudama Vipra was greedy or hankering for wealth, it is not true. And how was his lifestyle? Yadrichayopapannena vartamano grihashrami. Whatever comes naturally, whatever is being bestowed by the mercy of the Lord, he accepts it and survives. He does not hanker for anything from his side. And how was his wife? Tasya bharya kuchailasya kshutshamacha tathavidha. Tasya bharya kuchailasya. She used to put on torn clothes, and whatever limited food she had, she used to offer it to her husband. And therefore she remains mostly hungry. So that was the condition of his wife, and that was the state of his grihasthashrama. So he decides, then the wife said that, there is a king in Dwaraka and he is your friend. Both of you studied together in Gurukule. So he is a very good friend of yours. Why don't you go and ask that Vrishni Andhaka, who is worshipped by them, that Lord, and what is his quality? Smarataha pada kamalam atmanapi yachati. She is telling that I heard that if somebody meditates unto his lotus feet, he gives himself. Kim nanu artha kaman bhajato. What to speak of someone who is hankering for some wealth or money? This is the wife of Sudama telling to Sudama that this is the quality of the atmanam api yachati. He gives himself. If somebody dedicatedly serves the Lord, he gives himself to the devotee. After hearing this constant request from the wife, he finally decided, Ayam hi paramo labha uttama shloka darshanam. But Sudama did not actually went there in search of wealth or becoming rich. Ayam hi paramo labha. What is the best reward is uttama shloka darshanam, having the darshan of the Lord. So when you go to meet the king, definitely, this Chanakya also says, if you go to meet your guru, if you go to meet your father-in-law, you must take some gifts, presents, and you should offer them. So he is going to meet the king, and if you want to go to meet the king also, you should take some gifts. So, Chaturo Mushtin Prathak Tandulan, chipped rice. He got some chipped rice. That also they asked from the neighbors, and they gave 4 palmful of chipped rice. And the wife, Chaila Khandena Tan Badhva, she tied it with a torn cloth and gave it to Sudama. Take this upayanam, this gift, and give it to the king. Now this abadhuta, this mendicant beggar, bhikshukaha, this is the word Vyasadeva used for Sridama. He went, and Krishna was resting on the bed of Rukmini. He heard, and then he entered Sudama. He saw him from far away. Tam vilokya achyuta durat. Seeing him from very far, what he did, Paryankamastita, who was sleeping on the bed, sahas with Rukmini, taking rest. Just by seeing Sudama, sahasothaya cha bhetya, immediately got up and abhivadana, he greeted him. Durbhyam paryagrahin muda, and as he came closer, he hugged him with love. And seeing this incident in the king's palace, all the Dwarakavasi are surprised. What is this going on? Because mostly other kings like Yudhishthira and others, they came for the permission of Rajasuya Yajna. Most of the king comes there, but this time some beggar, some mendicant, and Kuchailam Malinam Vasaha, his clothes are totally torn. That kind of person came. So this was very unusual for them. So looking at this, Antahpuro Jano Drishtva, Antahpura, even those who were residing in the palace, by seeing that, Krishnena Amala Kirtina, who is Krishna? Krishna is capable of doing everything. He is the maintainer of the universe. And Shriyam Hitva, and his eternal consort is Lakshmi Devi. Leaving Lakshmi Devi, he got up for this mendicant beggar and went and hugged him. So then the Dwarakavasis and also those who are residing in the palace, they really become surprised. That who is this Brahmana? Who is this mendicant sadhu who is bereft of all material opulence, who has absolutely nothing, and Lord Krishna is offering dhupa, dipa, washing his feet. And it's written there, after washing the feet, Lord Krishna put the water on his head. Like we take Charnamrita, we say this mantra, Om Akala Mrittu Haranam Sarva Vyadhi Vinashanam Vishnu Padadakam Pitva Shirasa Dharayamyaham. So after drinking that charnamrita, we put it on our head. Same instance Lord is also doing here, that we will see in the next sloka. Now our sloka came, kecit kurvanti karmāṇi kāmair ahata-cetasaḥ. Some people performs the duties being totally detached from the results. Actually, Lord Krishna is situated in Sankhya Yoga. So he performs every action being detached from the results. No expectation. You perform your duty without having any expectation. This is one of the ideal state of living, the art of living. This is in our bhakti, nishkam karma yoga. So, kāmair ahata-cetasaḥ, tyajantaḥ prakṛtīr daivīr yathāhaṁ loka-saṅgraham, yathāhaṁ. In Bhagavad Gita he said, utsideyu rime lokaha na kuryam karma ched aham. If I, being the Supreme Personality of Godhead, embodied as a human form in this material world, if I don't perform any prescribed duties, then utside ime lokaha utsideyuhu. What they will follow, the citizens, my followers, what they will follow. See, if the Lord does not perform anything, many will say, oh, the Lord never did anything, so why am I supposed to do? Sometimes they distort also. Oh, Indra takes somarasa, so I am allowed to drink. So somebody asked this question that during some lecture that, oh, but I also drink. He's a newcomer. So it's justified because it's written in many places that Indra takes the somarasa. Then he replied, have you ever heard that Indra is lying beside the drain after drinking? So this happens to you, not to Indra. So you cannot compare yourself with those things that the demigods does. So, kecit kurvanti karmāṇi kāmair ahata-cetasaḥ. When you are totally bereft of any desire, you are performing the duty. Suppose somebody asks me, where have you been busy whole day? Oh, I was engaged into Prabhuji's service whole day. So whatever I performed, I am not getting anything. The karmas I am not getting. I was working on behalf of you. I was performing your duties. So similarly, taking everything as a duty, if you keep on performing, whether you are brahmachari, garastha, vanaprastha, sannyas, not for yourself, then there is no karma. That is the Sankhya Yoga. Kāmair ahata-cetasaḥ. When the chitta, the heart is not attached by any material desires, then prakṛtīr daivīr tyajantaḥ. Whatever, prakriti daivīr means maya, they are not under the clutches of maya anymore. They are free. But whatever I am performing, Lord is saying, like, see, I am also performing. This Krishna is greeting Sudama and saying, I know that you are totally bereft of any material desire. You are totally renounced. And so do I. I also perform. I lift Giriraj Govardhan, I do Rasa Krida, I do Asura Samhara. But this is all loka-saṅgraham, to teach the people. There is no need that I have to do anything. Lord has nothing to do. Ekaṅśena sthito yagat, the entire creation is like a particle of dust on his head in between the hairs. So who is carrying that entire creation like that? Do you think that he need to perform any duty? Absolutely no duty. But without his interference, nothing can be performed. See, there is a story. There was a sailor. He was like a gypsy. In Rajasthan, many years before, there were some merchants you can call. The only transport in the deserts are the camel. So they are trained. They take the camel. They know how to go through, even all adversities. And they put all the stuffs on the back of the camel and carries from one place to another place. So there was a person who was doing this job since very long. That is his inherited business. His father also did. And they have some, like we have Kula gurus, similarly they have some mentor, some trainer who train them how to control the camel and all those things. When there is a storm in the desert, what to do. So he had a very big reverence to that mentor, and he listened to whatever he instructed. He was one of the best students. Then he went, and at night, the desert becomes really cold. So they put tents, and he was inside the tent. And many others, groups were also there. All of a sudden, he got a heart attack. He was around 60, 65 something. And he was almost dying. He was about to die. Then everybody came up, oh, what's happening, what's happening? The last words he said, listen, I will not live anymore. So whatever I do have, distribute it amongst my 3 sons. He had 3 children, 3 sons. And that's all he said, and he passed away. So all the people, they started asking, what is his whereabouts? Because from different directions, different people come, stays in the tents. In the morning, they go to their own destinations. Then one of the person, he knew him. He said, you go to his village, and there is mentor. He will know better about him. So the mentor came there, and he said, yes, I know he has 3 children, and he has 19 camels. That's his all property, 19 camels. So before he died, he said that give half of the property, of my property, to my elder child, give 1/4 to my second child, and give 1/5 to my third child. Now they went and they found out that he has 19 camels. So how will you distribute 19 camels? Half he said to give to the elder child. Then the mentor came in between. The mentor said, okay, what you do, I have 1 camel. You add it with it. So then it became 20. Give half to the elder son, 10 is gone, then 10 is remaining. So in total 20. Give 1/4 to the second child. 1/4 is 5 pieces. 5 camels went to the second child, and 1/4 to the third. So 1/4 is, 1/5 is 4. So 10 plus 5 plus 4, 19 camels were been distributed, and he took his own camel and went away. So that's the role of the Lord. He is there. Without his permission, you cannot perform anything. But he is not attached to the results. He is totally not attached to the results. He has nothing to do with whatever is going on. But without his interference, if he would not have brought his 1 camel, he could not have distributed among the 3 children. So that's how. That's what he is saying, that kāmair ahata-cetasaḥ, being totally bereft of all material desires, I perform my duties. Then the conversation is going on. Kaccid gurukule vāsaṁ brahman smarasi no yataḥ. Do you remember both of us were in the gurukule of Sandipani Muni ashram? So this is called pratyabhijñā. When you see somebody, oh, I have seen you, in Pune temple, and you were at that time, you were doing this seva. So when you see that person after many years, then you remember, like this Satyavrata Muni, before Damodarashtakam, Namami Smaran Sachidananda Rupam, Lasat Kundalam Gokule Bhrajamanam. So this is also called Pratyabhijñā. The Sanatana Goswami in his Tika mentioned this. So, Kaccid gurukule vāsaṁ brahman smarasi no. Do you remember the kind of pastimes we performed while we were living at the Gurukule of Sandipani Muni? Dvijo vijñāya vijñeyaṁ tamasah paramashnute. Now this is the essence of this Gurukula Vasa. Vijñeyaṁ vijñāya, the one which has to be known that means the transcendental knowledge. That is the vijñēya tattva. That is the theology which one should know. And once somebody get to know that, then his residing in Gurukula is successful. If you are not able to attain that transcendental knowledge, then it's not worth being in the Gurukul. Savai sat-karmaṇāṁ sakshat vijate riha sambhava adyongam yatrashraminam yathāhaṁ jñāna-do guruhu. Lord is saying, Savai sat-karmaṇāṁ sakshat, this kind of performance, like brahmacharya, garhastha, vanaprastha, sannyas, and in the brahmachari, they go to the Gurukula after the Upanayana samskara. Basically, the Upanayana samskara is being done to the Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas. Dvijate riha sambhava. Twice born, Prabhupada is saying. So those who are twice born, they only get Upanayana samskara. Then they learn the Veda. Because apart from Brahmanas, others does not have access to the Vedas. So they take Upanayana samskara, they study the Vedas, and after studying the Vedas, knowing that theology, if they want to proceed, from there on, they go to sannyas ashram. But if he is not willing to go to the sannyas ashram, he comes back to grihastha ashram. He can opt for that. That's called samavartan. And then he goes through grihastha ashram, then the scripture says, panchashordham vanam vrajet. After 50, should go to the forest and take vanaprastha. After vanaprastha is completed, then you go for sannyas. That's another sequence. So this is possible by the Brahmanas because after finishing the Vedic education, the Brahmanas are able to teach the Vedas. The others can read, but they cannot teach. Adyonga yatrashraminam yathāhaṁ jñāna-do guruhu. Acharya mam vijaniyat. I am the Guru. So Krishna here is emphasizing the importance of Guru in our life. Yathāhaṁ jñāna-do guruhu. So someone can attain the knowledge from the Guru by my mercy, by my grace. Dadami buddhi yogam tam. So I bestow the intelligence. Nanvartha ko vida brahman varnashrama vatamiha ye maya guruna vacha tarantyanjo bhavarnavam. Whosoever listens to this, the words of his Guru, taranti anjo bhavarnavam, he crossed beyond this material existence very easily. So one who listens to the Guru and performs that, then he becomes qualified for that spiritual journey. And even in the living form, he becomes totally bereft of all material desires. And he becomes eligible. I will tell you a story. Yesterday was Srila Srinivas Thakur's appearance day, right? So he has one disciple called Ramachandra Kaviraj. Ramachandra Kaviraj's mother was from Jajigram, as far as I remember. So there, Ramachandra Kaviraj was very exalted Vaishnava. He was the disciple of Srinivas Acharya. So, his mother, Sunanda Devi, Sunanda Sen, her father was Damodar Sen. Damodar Sen was also an associate of Mahaprabhu, and he was also very exalted Vaishnava, as well as he was very learned. He was an erudite scholar. They were from the family of the physicians, Ayurvedic Acharya, who make medicines and give. So one time, Damodar Pandit was such a big scholar, anybody comes into his territory and fights, he used to defeat him. So one time, he defeated a very erudite scholar, very lofty scholar. And that scholar really got very angry, very hurt by this defeat. Then he cursed him that you will never have any male progeny in your family. You will never have boy babies. He cursed. And then it happened to be so that he got one daughter. And then he went up to all lengths to pacify that scholar that please take back your words so that I can have a male progeny who will continue my parampara of teaching, panditya and all those things. So after trying a lot, that Pandit got pacified. And he said, okay, I'm giving you the benediction, even though you won't be able to have any male progeny, your daughter will give birth to two illustrious sons. That was one of this Ramchandra Kaviraj, and another was Govinda Kaviraj. So, this I'm saying in the context of Guru Bhakti. Ramchandra Kaviraj was a very good physician. Anybody goes with any physical ailment, it's being stated in Bhakti Ratnakara that he gives you the medicine. Suppose you have stomach ache. He gives you the medicine, it will cure the stomach ache as well as it will heal you spiritually also. That kind of medicine. So once you take his medicines, you will start chanting. That kind of capacity this Kaviraj has. And he was given the title of Kaviraj by Srila Jiva Goswami. So he got married and newly wedded this Ramchandra Kaviraj was passing by. And Srinivas Acharya was there in his ashram. Somewhere in Bakura, I think. Then he saw Ramchandra Kaviraj was also very handsome, very good looking. It's stated there that looks like a cupid. He's very handsome, illustrious, and he was a physician also, so he maintains all the vata, pitta, kapha. So Ayurvedacharya. So looking at him, Acharya immediately said, oh, look at this illustrious man. Wish he could have engaged himself into the Krishna consciousness. He can spread it all over the world. He has that capacity. He basically taunted him. Why is he wasting his life? By overhearing that, this created a big impact in his heart. He went back and renounced everything and came back and took shelter of Srinivas Acharya. After taking shelter, he was already very learned because he was coming into that parampara of Damodar. He was connected. His father was also very Chiranjeev Sen, his father, and Mata Sunanda Sen, very exalted. So he already learned everything very well, and then he came, and just by the touch, just by staying in association of his Guru Srinivas Acharya, that's what Sudama is saying. Ayam hi paramo labhaha yuttama shloka darshanam gangara parasha haile paschate pavan darshane pavitra karo eito margun. So just by the association, tad vritta gatra sparshenga sangamam. This is Prahlad Maharaj is saying. So just by his association, he became so exalted. One time there is a pastime that Srinivas Acharya, who was actually the Mani Manjari in his original Swarupa, he was staying at his own residence and he went into trance, into samadhi. So it's not like 1 hour, 2 hours. It's like 24-hour samadhi. So somebody just sits down and never moves. How will you react? And then he is exalted also. You don't know if he is performing some pastimes or it's a normal phenomena. So the wife got alarmed and she called everybody, the neighbors, what's going on? Bir Hambir was also one of the disciples. He came. He said, this kind of condition, Ramchandra Kaviraj can resolve. So after 24 hours, Ramchandra Kaviraj also came. Then it's being mentioned that Srinivas Acharya was into a pastime. And just by looking at Srinivas Acharya, Ramchandra Kaviraj understood that he is in deep trance and he is performing some spiritual pastimes in Yamuna. So he said, wait, he told Birhambir, you take care of our material existence because we will not be in consciousness. Don't let anybody come inside or bother or distract us. I will also sit down beside my Guru. I know what's going on. So imagine the exaltation of Ramchandra Kaviraj. He sat into the Samadhi and he saw that Srinivas Acharya, being in the form of Mani Manjari, along with Rupa Manjari and Guna Manjari, went inside the water of Yamuna and doing Jalakrida. Different pastimes, and Lord is there, Radharani is also there. So during that pastime, the nose ring of Radharani fell off. So Radharani is telling Guna Manjari, Rupa Manjari is telling Guna Manjari, and Guna Manjari told to this Mani Manjari, please go and check it out where we have lost it. So they are searching everywhere. They could not find. But then this Karna Manjari, Ramchandra Kaviraj comes in. And after searching a lot, he found that the nose ring is under a leaf beneath the water. And he takes it out and gives it to his Gurudev, Mani Manjari. And then Mani Manjari gives it to Guna Manjari. Guna Manjari gives it to Rupa Manjari. And then she places it on her nose. So then it became like, oh, who is that new Sakhi who came? See, he's still in material, both of them are in material manifestation. Still they are doing eternal pastimes. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, even if the Madhyam Adhikari also, Krishna Sakshat Krito Yogyata. If they want to feel, oh, now what kind of Leela is going on, Ashtakalin Leela, I want to go and see, they can sit in the Samadhi and they can go there directly. That kind of power is bestowed on the devotees also. So this you can see the example. Then all of them asked, oh, who is that Sakhi? Who is that Sakhi? Now this is Karna Manjari who found it out. Radharani said, call her. And she came to Radharani. And Radharani was chewing the betel nuts. And she gave the chewed betel nuts in the hand of Ramchandra Kaviraj. After that, they came into consciousness. They came out of the Samadhi. And he was holding that betel nut. And that betel nut, by seeing already some people were sitting and waiting and watching what's going on, then that betel nut were being distributed amongst all the devotees there. That is Ramchandra Kaviraj. So here, the teachings is that if someone serves the Guru with unflinching faith, Acharya mam avijaniyat, na avamanyeta karhichit, never disrespect me. Acharya mam avijaniyat, there should not be any doubt. That's why Krishna himself is becoming the witness. He's saying, I am the Acharya. So whatever Guru Sakshat, Haritvena Samasta Shastrai. So he is Lord himself in the form of Guru. This one should know. And once you know this, then see another line in this sloka, Acharya mam avijaniyat na avamanyeta karhichit. Never disrespect. Why is this being said? Because it happens. Na martya buddhyasuyet. Martya buddhi, never have material intelligence on your Guru. Because this happens. So nishedh is vidhi vakya. When there is a nishedh, that means that happens. See, the propensity is always, the normal propensities are always not good. It's being said, asteyam, don't steal anyone's things. Why? Because there is a normal tendency. Don't lie. Why? Because there is a normal tendency. So, na martya buddhyasuyet, sarvadeva mayo guruhu. And again, Krishna is reassuring that acharya mam avijanyat. The same thing he is saying, that yathāhaṁ jñāna-do guruhu. I am the jnana-do guru. Then in the last sloka, it's saying, naham ijya prajatibhyam. Ijya means what the brahmacharis does. So they renounce everything, they surrender to the Lord. That is, they perform the yajnas, get the guru mantras and surrender to their life to the Lord. And prajati, who goes to the grihasthashram, they create prajas, progenis. So, but also, these things has to be done under varnashrama. Naham ijya prajatibhyam tapaso shamena va tushyeyaṁ sarva bhutātma. I does not become pleased by just mere performance of brahmacharya, garhastha, vanaprastha or sannyas. Yathāhaṁ guru shushrusaya. I does not become so pleased as much someone does as much I get pleased by the service to the Guru. This the Lord himself is saying. So, if somebody performs any ashram dharma or varnashram dharma, chaturashram dharma, without keeping the Lord in between, it's of no use. And yathāhaṁ tushyeyaṁ guru shushrusaya. As much I become happy by serving the Guru, I does not become happy by following any other ashramas. Also you see the importance of Guru, if you see in Prahlad Maharaj's Charita, Prahlad. Hiranyakashipu is a demon and his son is Prahlad Maharaj. This is also, amazing phenomena. So there you see, when the Gurukula, some days in Gurukula there are off days, like we teach in Vedic Pathshala, we have Sunday is not our holiday. Our holiday is Pratipada, Ashtami, Dwadashi, Trayodashi. These are our holidays. So there are some holidays in ancient Vedic Gurukul system also, when the teacher get the time to do their domestic responsibilities, and the children also can go and meet their parents. So Prahlad Maharaj came to Hiranyakashipu on his off day. Aropyam anka avaghraya. Hiranyakashipu sitting on his throne. He put Prahlad on his lap. Murdhanyam aghraya. Smelled his head. Sniffed his head and then Ashru Kalambhuvi started crying. The demon is crying. It's his son. Attachment. Asinchan vikasad vaktra midamaha yudhishthira. Then what he said, you came back from Gurukul. It's a great pleasure, my dear son. Prahladanuchyatam tata swadhitam kinchiduttamam. Whatever you have studied so far, can you tell me something which is very classic, very exalted? Something you tell me. The father doesn't have any idea what's going on. So he goes to the Gurukul. Tell me something very palatable that you studied in your Gurukul. What is Yat Sikshat Guror Bhavan? Whatever your Guru has taught. Who are the Gurus? Sandamarka, the son of Shukracharya, the demons, Guru of the demons. And he is coming from the Gurukul of demon. What is he saying? He is saying Shravanam Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Pada Sevanam, Archanam Vandanam, Dashyam, Sakhyam, Atma Nivedanam, Iti Pumsar Pita Vishnu Bhaktisched Navalakshana, Kriyate Bhagavati Adha, Tanmanye Adhita Uttamam. That is what I think that I have studied the best. And after hearing this, who demon father will be happy? What is he replying? He replied, Guru Putra Muvachedam, Rusha Praspurita Dharaha. So then he is asking that to Sandamarka, what is this? This is what he learned from your Gurukul, where you are supposed to teach Himsha Paramo Dharmaha, Sam Dam Dandaved, how to punish and kill and conquer. And this is what Shravanam Kirtam, this is what is the teaching, essence of the teaching. So is the demon, and he stared at the brahmanas. This Sandamarka got scared. What they're saying, Namat pranitam na parapranitam. Neither do we taught. Sanda is saying, neither did I taught, na parapranitam. Nobody else has taught him. Suto vadatyesha tavendra shatro. Hey Indra Shatro, whatever your suta, your son is saying, Nasharga kiyam matirishya Rajan. Hey Rajan, this mati, this intelligence is natural. Naturally manifested. This is neither I imparted this knowledge, nor somebody else came inside the ashram and imparted. This is Nasharga kiya matirishya Rajan. Hey Rajan, this is naturally. We did not do. They're scared. They're trembling. And just by hearing this, praspurita adharaha, the Hiranyakashipu's lips were shivering in anger, red lips and very angry. Either I will kill you or kill my son. And then they're saying that Brahma Bandhu kimetat vipaksham swayatasata. Hey Brahma Bandhu, the lower amongst the Brahmanas are called Brahma Bandhu. So you Brahma Bandhu Sandamarka, I trusted you people so much, and this is what? Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Saranam. And they're saying, Mam Anadritya Durmate. What should be taught is that who is the greatest amongst all? Hiranyakashipu. Bolo Hiranyakashipu Maharaj ki jai. This should be taught. Mam Anadritya. Disrespecting me, he is saying Vishnu Smaranam. Asaram grahito bala. You have taught all these things which are not true. Asaram. Saram means which has essence. This is nonsense what you have taught. Vipaksham swayatasata. You must be motivated by the opponent, by the demigods. You are teaching that knowledge, the demigod gets. Here, one thing, after hearing all those things, and the teachers also said that it's not us. We did not do anything. It's a nasharga kiyam matirasti rajan. This is a natural phenomena that's happening inside Prahlad Maharaj. We are not responsible for that. And they won't lie in front of the king demon. So then he is asking his son that nached guru mukhiyam te kuto abhadra sati matihi. If this knowledge has not been imparted by your guru, where did you get such intelligence? So this emphasizes that one attains this transcendental knowledge by the mercy of guru. So I offer my thankfulness to all of you, and we'll meet again. Hare Krishna. बोलिए श्रीमद् भागवत महापुराण की, समागत वैष्णव मंडली की, हरिनाम संकीर्तन की, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे।
Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna